Welcome back to the Remnant Seed Life Circle. I'm so excited you decided to check out this video. My name is Michelle, and I am a certified life coach who specializes in guiding African American women through the healing process of emotional wounds, breaking free from the cycle of toxic relationships, and living a life with purpose and intention. Today, I wanted to quickly talk about an important first step in your personal growth journey, and that is realizing that your struggles do not define who you are. I'm going to say that again in a different way. You are not your struggles. Please let that sink in for a moment. It's important to understand that your difficulties, emotional scars, and shortcomings do not define who you are. It's easy to let our hardships and tough times shape who we are, making us feel like we're stuck, broken, or not good enough to change. But when we connect our past hurts to our self-worth, we block our growth and healing. So please remember that your challenges don't define you. There's so much more to who you are. On top of that, focusing more on our shortcomings can make us feel like our problems will last forever, when really they're just bumps in the road we can learn from, overcome, and use to help us grow. This battle starts in our minds with the things that we believe or tell ourselves. I mentioned in my first video that I had to take a bold step and open up about what I was carrying inside. I had to face my internal struggles in order to live a life of truth and authenticity. Those past traumas and emotional scars set up strongholds in my mind and limited my growth, joy, and capacity to have healthy relationships. It was a form of mental and spiritual bondage that also prevented me from walking in my purpose. So how did I begin to break free and live the life God has called me to live? Well, I'm going to give you 3 disciplines that helped me on my journey to an emotionally secure, more spiritually fulfilled life. The first discipline is to have the courage to embrace self-awareness and look at yourself in the mirror. Pray and ask your Heavenly Father to reveal your true self, along with the thought patterns and beliefs such as abnormal fears, doubts, perfectionism, and feelings of not being enough that may need to be challenged. This process is not easy. It means admitting things you've told yourself for years may not have been true, and facing old bad habits that have stuck with you for many years. But being honest with yourself, even when it's tough, is how real change happens. When you take a real, honest look at yourself, you create room to grow and feel more complete and true to who you are. When you ask your Heavenly Father to shine a light on the areas of your heart and mind that require change, you open yourself up to a fresh start on life. You'll find old beliefs that just don't help you anymore, stories you've told yourself that made you doubt was possible, or thoughts that chip away at your confidence and sense of purpose. So step 1 is to be willing to take a look at yourself in the mirror and begin the process of allowing your Heavenly Father to reveal the truth about you, no matter how pretty or unpleasant. The second step is to take an honest look at what you think and do. Examine the roots and patterns of your pain and struggles by asking yourself reflective questions, such as, what am I holding on to that no longer serves me? Why do I feel like I'm not good enough? Why do I feel like nothing great ever happens to me? And why do I deeply care about other people's opinions? And the list can go on and on. In order to break free and live a life of purpose, you have to take a closer look at those habits and thought patterns that hold you back. Try to figure out where they started and why you hold on to them. Understanding that is a big step toward moving forward and living a meaningful life. Journaling and having quiet time with no distractions are great ways to begin this process. Now, please understand that this digging deep is not about blame, but about understanding, which opens the door to authentic change. Whenever you notice a negative thought pop up, take a moment to ask yourself where it's really coming from and whether it's actually true. Don't just accept it, challenge it with what you know is real. You will often find that those thoughts stem from something someone recklessly said or did, possibly from your childhood. The key is to reject negative thoughts and challenge ideas that were never true. For instance, the belief that you are not good enough may have taken root in your childhood. Maybe your parents had unrealistic expectations, you were constantly compared to other children, or you experienced the pain of a breakup or divorce that left you feeling rejected. Please understand that those were just bad experiences. They don't define who you really are, and now is the time to let go. Recognize what is true and refuse to accept the lie. Once you start noticing the beliefs and thoughts that aren't true or just don't help you anymore, the next important step, the third discipline, is to make a conscious choice to let go of those beliefs. But the process doesn't end there. To really make a change, you've got to replace those negative thoughts with honest, positive affirmations. It takes some real effort, but this last step is all about telling yourself a different story, one that feels true to who you are and lets your real self shine. At the very core, it starts with knowing and believing what your Creator said about you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are beautifully crafted with talents and gifts as well as a divine purpose. It's very important to not let those negative thoughts run rent-free in your mind. You must replace it with truth the moment it enters. This process has to become second nature to you. Do not let a negative thought go unchallenged. For instance, when a negative thought comes up, such as, I have to do everything perfectly, replace it with truth. Perfectionism isn't possible, but doing my best is enough. Likewise, if a thought like, I am not good enough enters your mind, counter it with a truthful affirmation. I have unique strengths and qualities. My worth isn't defined by one moment or flaw. This will be difficult at first because your negative thoughts have developed a pattern in your brain that feels natural and authentic, but it's not. Recognizing negative thoughts, taking a deeper look at them, and replacing them with truth will create new patterns in the brain. But it is an intentional process and is critical to your transformation journey. Real change starts when we realize that our struggles don't define who we are. They're just experiences we go through. By recognizing that challenges, setbacks, and broken relationships are part of the human experience rather than a reflection of our worth, creates space for self-compassion and growth. Looking at things from a new angle helps us face challenges with purpose instead of harsh self-criticism. We focus on finding answers instead of blaming, and every little win reminds us of the strength we carry inside. Ultimately, the journey to becoming one's best self is not about denying emotional battles or pretending flaws don't exist. Instead, it's about recognizing that what truly matters isn't being perfect, but being genuine and real. Our worth comes from embracing who we are, mistakes, setbacks, and all, and being willing to grow beyond those challenges. As you move forward, remember that transformation is not a destination, but a lifelong process of becoming. Celebrate each achievement along your journey, no matter how small, and remember that your worth is never defined by obstacles you face. I pray this video has offered meaningful insights and added genuine value to your day. If today's insights resonated with you or someone you know, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for insightful strategies that will help you grow in truth and authenticity. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an opportunity to grow. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Did this video speak to you? What areas are you struggling in? If you're ready to take the next step toward building the life you deserve, I would love to work with you. Visit my website, remnantseedblacklifecoach.com, for a free consultation. On the homepage, you'll find a Let's Get Started button located just below the mission statement. Click this button to be directed to the coaching page. Here is where I detail my coaching approach and the support you can expect as we work together. Next, scroll down to the section titled Free Initial Consultation. This will take you to the scheduling page. Simply choose a convenient date from the available options, book your appointment, and you're all set to begin your journey. The link is also in the description box. And don't forget to connect with me on social media. Follow me on Facebook for inspirational messages, tips, and updates. Thank you for spending your time here today investing in yourself. Let's keep moving forward. Until next time, take care.